how do you even dare to dream about things that you've never even been exposed to? School districts around the nation all struggle with one thing in particular, and that is how do you best engage boys and young men of color? There were not a lot of books in our school libraries that speak to the experiences of boys and men of color. You know, in a word, the boys didn't see themselves in the authentic texts that they engage with in schools. And so Scholastic said we need to do something about it. A collection like this has never been put together before. 85% of the authors and the illustrators in the books are what they call own voice, which are people of color. We now have 3,000 boys in our schools. We have 1,500 alum. Over 90% of them have gone off to colleges and universities all over the country. So it's a total of 300 books that are in the collection. One of the books is one of my favorites. It's called La Frontera, and it's the story of the journey of a Mexican boy and his father as they make their way here to a better life in America. And it's a long and arduous and difficult journey as they make their way here. And yet there are so many of our children in our schools who have gone through that same experience. And so if you're a little boy and you're reading a story like that and it's your story, it's your experience, it's very powerful. But even if that's not your experience, it creates a level of empathy for other students to understand what other students and young people just like them in their age are going through and have gone through. And it just expands their knowledge and their concern for everybody. And I think ultimately that's what education is about. I remember a lack of these books so vividly, but yet by the time I got to the 4th grade, I got exposed to a lot of the books. And it was that exposure that ultimately transformed how I moved, how I thought, how I experienced the world. I understood that there were people who fought, bled, died, and sacrificed so that I would have an opportunity to go to school and to do the things that I was trying to do in school and to be all that I wanted to be. And to hear and be inspired by those stories meant so much to me. I created this book collection for them. I created it because I wanted them to not give up on themselves, to still be hopeful, that their possibilities for a great life still exist for all of them. That I want their teachers and their school principals to get this collection for them, to inspire them, to tell them that they are worthy and that they matter, because they do matter and they are worthy.